Back on the Mana Symbol channel with another sweet little artifact pile. This was one that was being played by Hardened Scales and Yawgmoth Master MrSeri today. And I've seen him post about it. I've seen other people post about it before. So this is a blue-white Urzaphemerate list. I really have liked a bunch of different versions of this deck. The one major addition that I hadn't gotten to use before and haven't experimented with yet is Ingenious Smith. So this is a little bit well known for its usage in Hammer Time. So it's 1 and a white, has the Glint Nest Crane trigger for anyone who remembers that Kaladesh limited staple. So it's when it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal an artifact card from among them and put in your hand. The rest go on the bottom of your library in a random order. It also has this trigger that says whenever one or more artifact enter the battlefield and under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on the Smith. And this ability triggers only once each turn, so no double dip in the chips. But it does mean that this card is sort of like Stoneforge Mystic, a 2-mana little card advantage bit with a bit of card selection, but it also becomes an independent threat sometimes. We also got Thraben Inspector and Urza and Thought Monitor, and the reason we have this particular set of creatures is because all of them interact with Ephemerate pretty favorably. So we can get reuse triggers from all of these creatures. The card that is most questionable to me in this list is Portable Hole. It's really the only piece of removal we're playing main deck instead of alongside Aether Spellbomb. We're not playing any Emeries. That's probably a good choice, even though I love Emery very much. Portable Hole as the only piece of removal is like a little sketchy for me, but we'll see if it ends up working out. And we're not playing any Inkmoth Nexi with this one of Nettlecyst that we have no way to fetch. So there's a few little red flags in this deck. Also, the way the mana base is constructed, I'm not a huge fan of. We've got 4 Razortide Bridges, which are tap lands. And then we have Flooded Strands, Hallowed Fountain, Island, Plains. I think... I don't know if this is a concession to Blood Moon, sort of, that we actually have the ability to have basics, because otherwise I think the pathways, Henegate pathway, might be good here. And I'm just not sold on the ETB tapped artifact lands. I've seen them do good work. I've seen them be in good decks, but I'm just not sure. Cavern of Souls on humans, by the by, hits all of our creatures except for Thought Monitor. So that's pretty solid. And the one card that I feel like we're missing is Esper Sentinel. But Esper Sentinel is, of course, very underwhelming without ways to buff its power and toughness. I think the version of this deck in my head would play less than 4 Urzas. And that would mean you don't have to play up to 3 Talismans of Progress like this deck is doing. But I'm interested to see how well this plays out. I think I'm going to have the same problem I had with the blue-white decks I was playing before, the blue-white artifact piles like this, which is that oftentimes we'll have 1 or 2 Urzas in hand and we'll have a hard time casting them because our artifacts are getting blown up, which is sometimes some of our mana sources. And then the rest of the deck, while, high synergy, is kind of medium to low power. I definitely think that, the reason Esper Sentinel is so freaking good in Hammer Time is because that deck puts on a lot of pressure, so they have to be casting into it, and then you get to draw cards, which gives you, more ability to put pressure on them. Decks like this, obviously Esper Sentinel is not as good because your opponent has time to play out. The black-white, this is very similar to the black-white Talisman build that was around a little bit ago, so I don't know. Maybe instead of Urza, what I want to do is jam a food package in this deck. You almost think the Rebuke should be in the main. Yeah, I've tried Rebuke in a lot of different places. You play more sideboarded games than not. Portable Hole is useful against Rhinos, but not against Living Ends, so I think we're just gonna go and just see how this shakes out. But I have some thoughts already about how this deck may be walking into some problems. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to let that keep going. So yeah. Yeah, Freak, I think Timely Reinforcement is exactly as you said. I think it's still the best answer to burn by far. Unless you want to do silly things like Spider Space and play like Ley Line of Sanctity. But then you have to play 4 of them, which I really do not care for. Whereas like you can play 2 Timely Reinforcements and it'll get the job done sometimes. Yeah, COP Red. Circle of Protection. Now you're thinking. Hey, we're against Terroy. Terroir. Alright, so we get to Bauble trick ourselves on turn 1. Or I could save the Bauble to immediately plus the Smith. I think that's what I'd prefer to do. It's what you do in Enchantress. Well, yeah, I mean... I think there's a reason that you do that in Enchantress. I think Terror was playing Cascade Rhinos last time we ran into him. So we've got Portable Hole to hopefully do some work here. Damn. Black-green, huh? Black-green Inquisition. I don't know what this could be. Oh, Freak, someone had messaged me on Twitter about a deck list for basically black-green Amulet Titan with food with Asmora in it. And I'm in Tregwade. I am excited by the idea. I think it's really cute. This is what they sent me. Yeah, I saw the Titan Reanimator deck, but this was also kind of what they just Drawstep surgicaled my Portable Hole. What the hell is about to happen? Are they on Lantern? I don't know what to think. Lantern makes the most sense by far. Death Shadow. Could be Shadow. No, could not be Shadow. Shadow wouldn't play a fast land. Yeah, I would assume it's Lantern. I mean, Infect would never play main deck Surgicals, though, right? Guess I'll take the land. Means I get to pump my Smith next turn. Lantern Mill and Shelldock Isle Apostle combo. Word. You gonna see Stirrings? Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be Lantern. Can we beat Lantern? Can we beat a bridge? I don't know if we can beat a bridge. We can out of the sideboard. But we're certainly, like, we definitely have a lot of ways through a Lantern Lock. With Ephemerate and card advantage and all sorts of nonsense. Like, we've got a lot of ways to do extra draws. Saga. Ghoul Collars Bill. They were playing Surgical in the place of Probe. I see. Yeah, that's just to check for your spells. That is something else. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay. I think we're just gonna sit with our mana open. Yeah. What you're saying makes sense. And then we use Razor Bridge next turn to. So we'll probably Ephemerate this turn cycle. Oh, the Thraben Inspector will trigger the Smith too. No, this turn cycle we're just definitely just cracking a clue. And they're gonna put what, a 2/2 into play to block? That's fine. Sure. They milled a bridge. Nice. Yikes. We milled a Urza that I really would have liked to have. Alright. I got a 4/4. Go team. This hand might suck in the matchup. Not sure if. Just possibly. Possibly might be a little bit lackluster. Should have played Inspector first. I triggered it with Ingenious Smith. And then on this turn, I can Ephemerate to get another trigger for the Smith. So Smith is going to be attacking as a 6/6 next turn, most likely. Of course, they have 2 4/4s, so it's probably not good enough. But pumping the Smith maximally as quickly as possible is probably a good idea. They get the Lantern. Top of my deck is Darksteel Citadel. They have a second Saga. Woof. That's fine, I believe. Doesn't stop Urza. Yeah, their board is going to be too big too quickly. Oh, thank you. I did not want that Darksteel Citadel. They got a Pithing Needle coming. That's going to get my Urzas. Damn, that Surgical on Portable Hole is going to be brutality. I mean, it already kind of is, right? But, so I just don't have remove. Oh. Well, hello there. Don't mind if I do. They Lantern in response. I can flicker my Smith here. I lose the size on it, but I get to grab that needle. And the fact that they wanted to stop my needles... Like, I have a lot of chump blockers from here, right? We just flicker the Smith. The Smith will pick up the needle right now. Yeah, if I had played the land first, we would have been better off. That's why I was saying I lose the size on the Smith, which sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does. But, I mean, if they really want to deny me the Pithing Needle, I think I really want it. Like, they just blew a lantern on it. Like, come on. Oh, perfect. Although I guess this means I'm not going to needle their Saga, but I'm probably going to needle Codex Shredder, I would say. I can hit something like Shadowspear. Maybe I should hit Saga, because theirs is just like their constructs are so much bigger than mine. And I probably need to stop the growth. No. Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like their deck has so many damned artifacts. Like, we'll see. Oh, they've got Prismatic Ending. Shit. Brutal. You don't think they were afraid of Neil naming Saga? I mean, it doesn't really matter what they were afraid of. It's over now, so. Yeah, I mean, maybe this was a mistake from them to do what they did there. Prismatic Ending on top. Oof. That is not what I'm looking for. So do I flicker the Smith here? It only has one counter on it right now. And it's a better... Oh, but these create clues, and the clues pump my incoming constructs, so that's actually pretty good. I was about to say... You think I flicker the Inspector? Yeah. That's what I did. Okay, so we should overwhelm them here. And they can get Shadowspear this turn if they're playing it, which is a little scary. They have an ending for my... Oh, my Shadowspear, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. It's gonna be an interesting... They have to eat the token to not die. Yeah. Well, and they can't... If they have a Shadowspear, they can't realistically equip it this turn and deal with my Shadowspear, and I think I really messed them up on the crackback if they do that. Humongous Constructs. Oh, they went for Lantern. Maybe they don't have a Shadowspear. Big news if true. So this is ending X2? What are they doing? Oh, Needle. They're going to needle the Shadowspear? Or maybe the Sagas. I could see them hit the Sagas. They should hit the Sagas. It's been a very interesting matchup, actually. The fact that I have... Yeah, kill my Needle on Saga, cast Needle on Saga. I mean, it does make sense the way it worked out, right? So we have Aether Spellbomb to get here. We might be able to put them in a box. Oh, they're going to exile... Are they going to exile the Spear or the Construct, I wonder? The Spear. Makes sense. So Inventor's Fair will get them Bridge soonish. They milled my Ephemerate. Damn. I wanted that. I want to shuffle before I draw this. No. Springleaf Drum? I do not want that. Oh, they've got a bridge on top anyway. I think we might be doomed. Oh, the Spellbomb went to my... It got milled earlier. Yeah, and I'm not playing Emery. I guess we Soul Guide Lantern to draw. Or to set up a potential draw. Whatever. We have a Welding Jar on top. Womp womp. Not what I was looking for. I don't know if we can win from this point. Damn Surgical on my portable holes was too brutal too early. Freaking Springleaf Drum. We have 0 outs, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're on the 0 outs. All right. Freaking turn 0 Surgical is too good. Yeah, exactly. We just don't have any of those angles. Well, they also had 2 sagas quite early in that game, and they just put up a wall that I couldn't deal with because they'd taken out my portable holes. We're not playing like any removal in the main deck, so yeah, it was something I was thinking about. Carrion Lich is like when I mentioned that there were no Emerys in this deck, it was because I was looking at the baubles and I was like, oh, it must be an Emery deck, but it's just not. And I understand that Emery is bad in the metagame, but I think if you're not playing Emery, playing Bauble is pretty sketchy. It's just not necessary. It's just kind of a bad card, right? Was Taliscar's deck playing it? So I think Taliscar's deck should be like the sort of gold standard for, yeah, it's not. Yeah. Right. And there's a reason why. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident that you're not playing. Yeah. So I think we just go something like this. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Actually, I guess we could board out some baubles since we were talking about them being kind of low power. Sure. All right. The only thing that makes this hand really sad is Thoughtseize. I guess Inquisition would be annoying because we'd lose the Talisman. Okay. You do like the Talismans? I like them only as much as they're a concession to the fact that you're playing Urza, which is a 4 CMC play, right? And that getting him down early is okay, but I don't know. Helps with Saga. I mean, I guess. I'm just I don't know if I'm supposed to play the Bridge or the Saga here. They're both kind of eh. I guess I'm doing nothing next turn, but the Saga, like with the way my lands have worked out, I'm not casting Urza on turn 4. I'm just not. It's not unless I play Bridge now. But I have to tap the Saga to play Urza, so if it's on 2 at the time, that's not helpful. Like, I guess I'm just supposed to forego the future of Urza right now and just go Saga. Saga, Bridge seems best. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So I guess we play Cavern next turn, and again we play nothing, and then we play Saga, and then we play Urza, and then Saga goes to 2 after the turn Urza comes in. But like, this is the thing with these decks that are like playing Urza and playing Thought Monitor without the food package. It's like the rest of this deck isn't powerful enough. The problem with the food package is very high synergy. Doesn't matter now? Sure. I mean, yeah. Well, no, but in this case, I should have played the Saga, right? If there was going to be a second piece of discard, which is a reasonable expectation from their deck, then I should have played the Saga there. Because that played around discard on any of the upcoming turns, right? Well, it's a good draw. I think the food package works only when you're playing green. I mean, I think the overall tournament results of the food decks would disagree with you, Carrie and Lich. Why would you say that? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, if you look at the full history of the food decks, green has been popular more recently, but overall, blue black core, and then black white white blue. Like there's lots of ways the food deck has been successful and existed. All right. Well, we lost the Prismatic Ending. Well, Thought Monitor Ephemerate might be helpful. We'll see. Yeah, Finale is definitely a great reason to play green, but I think there's good reasons to play basically every color with the food package. So I think it's more of a meta call than anything else. Well, he's playing Rhinos because the hate for the Saga style decks is just pretty unbearable. And Rhinos is very straightforward. It's very, very easy to be successful with. The food decks take a lot of not just brain power to play it, but also to position your list for a particular meta game. Exile my Soul Guide, sure. So we're going to have 3 artifacts now. Right, and because your deck is slower, you're giving your opponent a lot of time to find their hate pieces. We're going to have 4 artifacts, okay. Which means Thought Monitor costs 3, so we're getting there. Is there anything on their side that I want to needle right now? Yeah, shredders, right? Yeah, why not? Also, Alex, I think you would have enjoyed some of Aspiring Spike's stream today, where people were just like ranting and raving about the layer system. It was pretty hysterical. I don't understand why Dress Down doesn't remove the abilities on Dryad of the Elysian Groves. It's so unintuitive. We've explained it like 8 times, dude. But it's unintuitive. All right. The layer system is bad. Whoa, hold on there. This is like... Yeah, he was dropping a lot. But it's just like... That particular interaction... God damn it. That particular interaction is one of the few times... No, it doesn't. It does not. So, again, it's one of the very few times where the layer system puts out something that is, like, very unintuitive. Dress Down used to be $1, now it's over $3. Well, it's the Mughan Everett effect. So 5... 6, 7. Trigger. Well, that was not what I wanted to draw. Okay. So if I replenish and put 2 Opalescence and a Humility into play. Well, number 1, you're going to be the most popular player at that event. So their hand was only Abrupt Decay. They were drawing Saga there. They played the Saga. So their hand is Abrupt Decay only. Paying costs in response to their Saga, of course, of course. Why not? Are they killing my Needle or are they killing the Portable Hole? I'm curious. I would guess they killed the Needle, and they do. So I have 1 more Prismatic Ending in the deck and 3 draws. Now, Replenish and Opalescence isn't that complicated. And in fact, in this case, since all of them are coming into play at the same time, you get to decide which order it goes in. So I believe your Opalescence is going to be 4/4 with no abilities, and the Humility is going to be large too. You get to choose them to be larger, I believe. If I'm remembering, their timestamps matter for Humility Opalescence. I know that much. There's no more lands to fetch in my deck. All right, we're gonna pretend that never happened. Wait, can I even Prismatic Ending for enough? I need the Springleaf Drum. Huh. It's not great. course, they had Ancient Stirrings, so they could find a second bridge quite easily here, and we'll probably scoop to that. I can't kill 2 bridges. We have 4 cards in exile. I could fetch land at end of turn just to see if I'm missing the Prismatic Ending or if I'm missing the any of the Urzas or whatever. I got another Saga, sure. Just randomly milling me. Shadowspear off the top. Pixis. We have no idea what went. We will have an idea at the end of the turn, or we'll be able to try to put it together. Okay. Okay, the Prismatic Ending is still here. 3 Ephemerates, 2 Urzas, 3 Thought Monitors. So there's plenty of live draws here. Yeah, it's my first time playing this specific list. They milled a portable hole there. Annoying. Okay, well. That's a banger. The reason I haven't cracked a Spellbomb yet is they currently have the ability to make a construct, and oh wait, no, that doesn't matter because I have enough to kill them around it. Smith can't get me what I want, and I just drew a Saga that I would have liked to be able to play. Oh, I didn't look for the Springleaf Drum, which I need with the... Okay. I needed the Springleaf Drum with the Prismatic Ending. It was there, thanks Dark Shrooms. I wasn't, I took my eye off the ball. I like what Smiths are doing in this deck. They're popping off a little bit. It's real good. Yeah, we just need to draw our 1 of Drum and our 1 of Ending, and we'll be fine. No problem. Yeah, Saga finds Drum. And if I hadn't missequenced this turn... Like, I played the island, so I was like, oh, I should use the island to play the Thought Monitor. That's the smartest thing. And then I immediately draw a Saga, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like, I have the most powerful and oppressive land in all of Modern. Why am I not taking advantage of it properly? Oh, I shouldn't have played the hole this turn because they're going to get another Lantern here, and I could have destroyed it. Or not destroyed it, exiled it temporarily. All of Magic, not just Modern. Fair enough. Okay, so Cookbook means they will never... they'll never get stuck behind the bridge. Yeah. So we want to find this out rather quickly. Well, we got the Springleaf Drum, unless they mill it now. Okay, it's actually good that they didn't, because yeah, Smith is almost definitely better than Emery in the Meta Freak. Dude, Thraben Inspector is better than Emery. Esper Sentinel's better than Emery. It all makes me very upset. It does, but these are just the facts. Like, that's just how it is. Like, I'm not pleased about any of these things that I'm being made to say. So I could sack the Spellbomb here to try to draw this. They might Lantern in response, but I think that's fine by me. That's definitely fine by me. This is way more important than... yeah, they can mill Rebuke now. So I have the Springleaf Drum, and I have the ability to draw 2 cards here. And at the moment, this is not useful, but you know, we'll go through it. Well, it's not Doomblade. It's not the 2-mana removal that you need to worry about. It's the infinite amount of 1-mana removal that's a problem right now. Like, Emery is something that often you'll keep a hand that's kind of like clunky and vulnerable in order to take advantage of it. And then you'll get horrifically punished when they have a single piece of removal for her. And it's like, oh yeah, this whole format wants to kill monkeys, and unfortunately Merfolk wizards get thrown under the bus there. And because Emery doesn't actually generate value right away. Speaking of value, this turn, I just triple Ephemerated. I'm actually very much in danger of decking at this point. But if we find the Prismatic Ending, I just kill them this turn. So let's do that. Nope. Okay, well. Wait, I can use the Thought Monitor to draw. We're not done yet. I think I can draw my whole deck here. But I need to leave some colored mana up. Are you kidding me? God damn it. Hey, Abram. I don't know if you're talking just about like how I was drawing this game or just in general, but either way, your comment is welcomed. I think we're done here. Play Inspector, hold up a clue activation. Yeah, I guess so. I think I want to hold the Springleaf Drum in my hand. Yeah, we win our deck next turn. It's down to the wire here. So the question I have will be, do they hold up the oh no, is that the question? That's not the question at all. Ending go burr. Yeah, pretty much. They mill themselves, so they're digging for something. It wasn't Blooming Marsh. The more Codex Shredders they use, the better this is for me, because it means we just get to draw our whole deck and then go. I don't think Ending does that much for them here. They're gonna draw it, but like I don't know what they do with that. The Thought Monitor squad puts them to 3. I have way too many attackers. They're gonna die. Unless there's something they can get that really changes the combat math. Which I assume there is, but we'll see. Like, they didn't seem to be playing a Shadowspear before, so... Needle. What do they needle? Urza. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I'm definitely not spinning Urza, so... Okay, they're going for 2. What are they getting? My Smith? Portable Hole on Pixis. That's fine. Yeah, Urza still makes mana, exactly. And I wasn't going to spin it anyway because the card I need is an X spell. So if I spin into it, that's terrible for me. So the way Rebound works here, they go one at a time, which means I can use the same Thought Monitor, and I can do this as many times as I need to, but not more than that. Ooh, no, that's fine. Ending on top right now. Okay, this is the danger zone. If they let this go, it's over. Activate. All right, scoop now, nerd. So 3 cards in library. About to go to 2 cards in library. So we're going to end this game with 0 cards in library. Love it. So this Ephemerate's going to target Thraben Inspector. Sure. They should have force shuffled. No, because they're shuffling 1 card. Like, shuffle the 1 card. It is technically a shuffle. Oh, I shouldn't have used that, but whatever. Yes, we are make total PogChamp play. And we have Portable Hole to get rid of one of their constructs. Yeah, I'm going to, don't worry. I'm also going to play this Bauble. I don't imagine the damage will be relevant, but it might be. So, and then that. Screenshot. All right, hold on. So I have 3 constructs. Those block my constructs, but then I think the rest of the damage is very close to just enough. All right, we're going to kick the client here because it's a little chonky. That's what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Peanut butter and chocolate. It's like 6 minutes. So we're going to have to play tight. What do you want from me, Edelweiss? You coming in here? This isn't every goddamn day for me. It's every goddamn day I'm grinding up in this bee. Whatever simple Ricks is, that board state was the opposite. That'd be like if you took the Rick that had the most Rick, like the evil one, the opposite most Rick, and hooked him up to the cookie machine. The one with the evil Morty, the eye patch Morty. Huh, a grid of Mortys being tortured to constantly create a powerful field that protects the Rick from the inspection of other Ricks. I've toyed with the idea like this myself. What? I said thought about it. You can't punish me for every idea you've ever had. Besides, it's incredibly inefficient. You could do the same thing with 3 Mortys and a card battery. Could accomplish the same. You could accomplish the same thing. But that Rick, if you hooked him up, that's the board state you would get. Or maybe the Ooze Rick. That was philosophically a very interesting episode. The spa one. I love that. The one from this week was good? Oh, okay, I'll look into it. Uzrik is back? Nice. Would not have expected that. Yeah, the Toxic Rick. That makes sense. Well, I can't do too much here because my colors aren't great. I think I'm just playing Saga Portable Hole. And just hitting their lantern. Yeah, the new season starts off quite badly, in my opinion. The first one was not great. But don't worry, like, it's fine. The season is fine. I think overall I have not found it to be as good as season 4 was, but that's okay. Like they're not all going to be equal. And other people's opinions can be different. Your mileage may vary. They found the cookbook. That's cute. So they found one of the lantern hands that is very do nothing. Yeah, man. There are lantern hands that are very aggressive. I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed the entire season. I just think the first episode was weak. Same with the very first episode. I've met people who really like the very first episode of Rick and Morty. I think it's really weak. But that's just me comparing it to the totality of the show. Yeah, I used to play, the version I played with this deck before, we were playing a full boat of Spire of Industry, or like 2 Spires and 2 like Glimmer Voids, because I was a psycho. Still am, but you know. Mill's a thought monitor. Okay. Terror really likes to take random shots with his mill rocks. Shots! No, I'm just saying episode 1, season 1 is a little bit weak, Phoenix. The season is fine. It's very, very good. Season 1 is a solid end-to-end. Absolutely. I think I'm going to needle their cookbook, honestly. How is my artifact number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about to be 6. Perfect. Oh, I don't have other blue. Well, that's okay. Yeah, I just mean episode 1, season 1. Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. I don't know, like, episode 2 is just, like, that's where I'd start most people. Because it's not like episode 1 really helps you, like, understand that much of what's going, like, that much more about what's going on. Oh. I don't have a way to shuffle. Shit. And they've got a bridge on top. Well, I'm going to draw an Urza. They got Thoughtseize? Yeah, both games they've managed to mill one of my endings early. It's kind of a huge pain. Prismatic Ending for 1 on my cookbook. Or on my needle on the cookbook. Hilarious. Yeah, it looks pretty okay. Don't let them dim your sparkle. You do love dropping by and telling me that, don't you? I don't mind. Don't let them sparkle, you're dim. Hey, you're the dim one, all right? Oh, look at that. Do I blow them out here? Does it make any sense? I don't have a lot of time to think about it. Probably not. No, this is silly. I have more than enough constructs coming. Oh, and they could also do that, so that's okay. Well, I'd be burning all my Ephemerates right there, and, like, using them to draw cards is better than keeping one construct alive when I have an Urza coming in right now. Because Ephemerating Thought Monitor, like, each one of those that's a divination is, like, a really big deal. Because it's very difficult for them to interact with me drawing this many cards. Of course, if all of them are useless, you know, that's not the best, but... Milda Smith, sure. Well, whole seems solid except for the part where it doesn't solve any of the problems I actually have. Like... yeah, I can still do it. I don't know, I feel like... whatever. Okay, we didn't hit any of the things I want. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm trying, Jen and I, but, like, at the end of the day, there's just a lot of actions I need to take in order to be able to try to get to where I need to go. So, if we died a clock, we died a clock. I mean, there's really nothing I can do about it. The problem that we have above... Oh, we're done. We're done. We can't beat 2 bridges. It's over. Literally unbeatable. It's impossible for us to beat 2 bridges. So, yeah, clock. I'll be back in 1 second and we'll get into match number 2. Yeah, I mean, I I like this deck a lot, but I think it should have the full boat of prismatic endings on the sideboard. Like, that's just a non-issue for me. Two split with hole in the main is probably better too. Yeah. Yeah. Portable hole is just... it's just so tough for me to like it. I wanted to like it, but ending is just too much better. It's just so... sure. It's a little weak. Oh, I don't know about that, Alucartes, because you're missing out on Holy Heat. I think there's a lot more than that. I think MH2 has a grotesque number of top cards. Oh. Say Heat is top 5? No, I would say Heat is better than Ending. Go look at a top 8 right now and you tell me how many copies of each exist. I can almost guarantee you, top 8 and top 32, there will be more copies of Unholy Heat than Ending. Because Unholy Heat is a lot easier to slot in with 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Ragavans, and 4 DRCs, or some percentage of those cards. So, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you on that one. Yeah, the pitch elementals are insane. All right, did I lose? Or did you lose? Outlook hazy. Don't forget Jade Avenger. Oh, I won't. What about Blazing Rootwalla? Excuse me? Y'all acting like Blazing Rootwalla. The realist of G's. We won't know if you've lost for 5 more iterations. Isn't that the truth? 0 lander. They got a provisioner and 0 lands. Opponent pulled the slot machine and they hit the opposite of the jackpot. They went big busto. Opponent says, man, I wished you luck! Exclamation point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can bring the cost down to 3, but that means I can't play it this turn. So we're probably just playing Nettlecyst, and then I think that means I can play Thought Monitor next turn, which is good enough, I guess. Oh, I could have played the Talisman. I goofed. This is Australian, is it not? Hold on, but no, because they drive on the right in Australia, right? So this is English with like an Australian sounding narrator. I got you, Alex, by the way. Coggers. I like this, but this wasn't quite what you were looking for. Oh, they can go again already. Stupid provisioner. Oh, Australia is left hand? Okay, then that could have been Australian. It sounded Australian to me. They didn't have another Cascade spell. I guess that's probably statistically likely, so... Hooray. That's a tremendously good draw. Oh yeah. Just your average, just please hold, opponent. Just going off a little bit over here. Do I have one more? I do. Thank goodness. I was worried I'd have to stop there without triggering my Ingenious Smith. Scared me. Attack for 8? Seems pretty good. Yeah, we're good. Now, if they have Cascade Spell now... Oh, thank goodness. So they already made their land drop, so they should be relatively done for this turn. Yeah, good. Okay. So how many blockers can I clear? This doesn't clear anything. I mean, I can hit the clue, but... Oh, they just scooped. Because I could move the Nettlecyst onto one of my flyers, yeah. Okay. So we don't know if they're playing Dark Dwellers yet or not. I think I'll hold on to the Soul Guide Lantern in case they are. Yeah, and Ending is seeing multi-format play. That's fair, but I just think it's a very complicated thing to determine like what are the best cards that were in MH2. I mean, suffice to say, there's an absolute ton of them, right? Like. Pretty insane, the number of phenomenal, powerful cards. Monkey is the best card, end of story. Sure. Almost definitely. I think I can agree with that. It's just, because it's so low effort, right? Is your deck playing red? Probably play 4 monkeys. Saga's right behind that? Oh, I don't know if most people agree with that. Saga's doing some stuff in Legacy, apparently. Alright, this hand is no good, right? Yeah. This hand is much more better. Saga's in Legacy and Vintage. Sure. I mean, the scope which you're trying to apply this to matters too, right? So if you're only talking about Modern, I have a lot more clear input. See, there's another one we hadn't even talked about yet, Murktide, right? Murktide is huge. Just huge. So... Upkeep stop. Am I getting iced? Nope. I was ready for it, but... There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Nobody mentioned Counterspell. Honestly, Counterspell has felt like it had one of the lowest possible impacts. And I'm not really surprised that the impact is... First of all, it's like forgettable that like Counterspell was added. Counterspell's worse than all the cards we've been mentioning. It's definitely relevant, for sure. They have a Counterspell? Oh, weaker. Yeah, Counterspell just didn't really do that much. I mean... The thing is, the control decks would be having a rough time in general. Not obviously they have been okay, but like a lot of the successful counterspell decks aren't even doing that great, right? Like they're not winning off of a lot of counterspells. Yeah, but like you realize in a lot of the games where Counterspell is shoring up Monkey, like Mana Leak would be equally fine, right? Yeah, Counterspell is not the reason Monkey is good. And again, like that deck puts on so much pressure that Mana Leak would almost be exactly as good for most games that like Blue-Red Murktide plays out, right? It's funny, MH2 is also the reason Counterspell is kind of necessary, though, because as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about, well, some of the games, though, between Blue-Red Murktide, let's say, and Grixis Luris, will go long, but all of the spells cost 1 and 2. So, like, Mana Leak wouldn't quite be good enough a lot of the time, because when they get to, like, 7 mana... Force Negation back up on Monkeys really strong. Yeah, Force Negation hasn't been seeing that much play, though, because you need to beat Monkeys, right? You need to beat threats, and Force Negation doesn't beat most of the threats. Like, Force Negation helps you back up having another answer for their threat, but it's not enough on its own. Yeah, this hand kind of sucks. I mean, I'm keeping it, but... I hope I'm not against a good deck. Oh, thank God. Whew! Here's my indestructible land. Although if they're on Smallpox. If they go Urborg into Pox here. I guess I won't even be that mad, though. Well, Monkey and DRC, right? They go Flagstones into Flagstones? Opponent, that is not strength. Please get a Savvy Triome. Okay, good. Okay. Whatever opponent's doing is at minimum stylish. I think I'm going to play Saga here, or Citadel here rather than Saga. Oh, sorry. Back to this. Personal reasoning is a fair card like Monkey, Saga, Asmora, because Counterspell pushed out the combo like Heliod Company. Heliod would run over Monkey decks. I don't think that's true at all, but it's possible. Yeah, it's some kind of Mardu attrition deck. The only thing we know about for sure so far is that they're planning on lands dying. So they're probably playing either Pox or Boom Bust. Oh, that's a tremendously good draw. Actually, is it that good right now? It's fine. Yeah, so if they are on Pox, we'll be okay here. And then if they're on Land Destruction, we're still safe. Yeah, Smallpox doesn't care about the indestructibility. That's what I was mentioning on turn 1, too. Helix? No. Manamorphose? Is it a General Ferris Rockrick deck? I mean, obviously they're trying to hit land drops here. Yikes! That is not the play you want to see. Yeah, but for a General Ferris Rockrick deck, they sure are playing a lot of non-multicolored spells. Mardu Control? I guess we could call it that. Yeah, I do. Oops. 1 mana short off the Nettlecyst here. That's alright. Prismatic Ending my construct? Sure. We're just going to get randomly scape-shifted out of nowhere. Don't count them out. I mean... 1 clue short of no. Yeah, I know. When I went to crack the clue, I was like, is this right? And... like, the Urza adding the mana was the thing that was making me think, oh, maybe this isn't the right way to go about this. So we can make the construct and then tap the construct and the Nettlecyst to crack the clue here, though. I love Urza midrange decks. Obviously, my opponent has had a really rough go of it, so their chance of recovering at this point. I mean, we've just created so much value. It's pretty tough. I guess they're lucky they took my Ephemerate earlier. I mean, obviously they would have wished for a more impactful play. That is not going to beat my Shadowspear. That ain't it, Chief. Oh, yeah. Whew. Whew. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, man. Jesus. How big of a construct can I make in one go? I guess we're about to find out. I should have used the Shadowspear there. Yeah, so I think if we put the Nettlecyst on this construct plus the Shadowspear, we can easily make it big enough to just one-shot them no matter how much they block with. So the downside of Nettlecyst... This list is making me think. Making me think happy thoughts. So I think I want those cards. Cards are mostly not good. I mean, Mishra's Bauble's been nice. It's giving me something to board out every game. Yeah, it might be a Stoneblade Brew. That's true. I saw a really sweet one at one point that was like mostly Planeswalkers, Poxes, Land Destruction, and it was playing 3 Stoneforge and 2 Equipment. And those were the only creatures. Yeah, I think it was. I think what I'm thinking about was playing Mardu, but do I want Rest in Peace against the Flagstones Season Pyro? Yeah, I think I just want to get a little closer to the ground here. I don't know how good Welding Jar is going to be here. Probably worth keeping one. The thing I'm getting worried about here is my artifact count, though. Like, this is not great. And we have the 4-6 lands. So that's good for Smith. That's good enough for Smith. You don't know about cutting Urza? Fair. I just find sometimes in these games I get to a point where like they attrition your mana, and then you just like you end up with 2 Urzas in your hand that you can't cast and you lose. What are we on? 22 lands? How bold are we? Keeping it's not absurd. I think it's a bad idea. Better. Not much better, but it's better. So I'm going to go ahead and play something that isn't a creature, because if they do have a turn 1 smallpox here and I lose everything, it's completely disastrous. Whereas at this point, if I top deck a white source, I could play Thraben Inspector and be back up to theoretically 2 mana. I mean, they probably have a pile of removal cards in their deck, but yeah, the upside of the previous hand was that it had the indestructible land in it, but we just like didn't see enough of their deck to know what they're actually playing. Are they ending my drum? Ending? Nope. Oh, they are. They did for 2 colors for no reason. Well, sucks to be me. No, sorry, Mord. You'd know from the announcement. Am I getting vindicated? Oh, Kaya. That sucks. Minus on Thraben Inspector. Deal. Second best? I'll take it. Second best to Randy is second best to none. Because nobody competes with Randy Rootwalla. Smallpox. Yep. We played something like this on the channel before. We weren't playing Pox, but I think Pox is something you should be playing if you want to play something like this. Exiles the Clue. That's just rude. Do I need to set up for any particular 3 mana cards? Not really. Not floating mana, nice. With them or me? Did I get got? Did they get got? What happened? What are you talking about? I think that was them off the flagstones, right? When they poxed? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Souls? Oh, for the love of God. Was that... Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, now I'm just not going to be able to cast Urza. Well, I mean, eventually I am. But the Kaya eats up the tokens. Although, the way the tokens are going to come in, it should work out in my favor. Oh. Jesus. It's what I was talking about with like someone said they were not sure about boarding out the Urzas, and I'm like, well, I've played these kind of matchups before. Like, I don't know. Not as much as I've played against Infect. Against Infect, I know exactly what I want and how I want to play it, but... Oh, yeah. I'm good. Oh, you mean... Oh, sorry. Mardu Pile has to... Mardu Pile has to win a game here and there to stay strong in people's hearts. I would say it doesn't. Mardu Pile will always have a place in the hearts of those who wish it. Oh, they have Moon as well. All right, that's fine. You take that one. I kept a 1-lander. It was a 6. I had the 1-lander on 7 as well, so... Right, I know. Yeah, I don't want whole. Although I guess it's artifact count. Yeah, and we never hit any Metallic Rebukes, right? Like, there were lots of things we could have recovered with, but... Okay. Well... Yeah, I know, but the thing about... yes, yeah. Yes. I know... I know discarding the monitor was a kind of sketchy play, Martinez, but it's like... It's so hard to keep Thought Monitor when I've played so many games where it's like I'm holding like 2 Urzas and 2 Thought Monitors in my hand. I just can't cast any of the cards, right? And it's happened to me so many times. Like, I don't do these things because I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, we're not going to get to it. It's like, no. I've played the games enough. Like... But it's hard because there are those middling games where it's like, well, actually, no, we did get there, and the monitor was backbreaking for them because it drew me into 2 lands. But then sometimes it just draws you into 2 Urzas, and you're like, oh, well, whatever. That's what makes the game great and tough. Yep. Well, let's see, Canada, man. Urza's Saga is a promise to your opponent that you're going to Stone Rain yourself. This is not great in this matchup. What is this? It's taking them forever to cast. Manamorphose? Okay, apparently it's something they can't cast. Okay. Wear Tear? Maybe. Surely they would have cast it there. And I obviously shouldn't call them surely. If they have a Wear Tear, I need to fetch when they're tapped off of white. Crap. Rip Apart? Yeah, maybe. Vindicate. Weird. Okay. So I think we go with this and this. Yeah, I would guess they're... Wait, but if they had blown up one of my other lands, I would have missed the second construct, right? Is that... I believe that's accurate? If they blow up the second land, I can't make the second construct because I get a trigger in my main phase and I can't play a land. So, yeah. But they may have been worried about me getting the artifact for free. It's like, just letting me have more nonsense is probably a bad idea. Are we ever going to find out what that Manamorphose is for? Is it just because they're playing Mardu, but sometimes they need, like, black with... I bet it's what it is they're playing Flagstones... and they want to play Pox on 2, and they're like, you know what the answer to this is? Manamorphose. Yeah, I agree, Martinez. That's the problem with most of these black-white decks, is like, oh, a 2-for-1? Rats. We just kind of got a 3-for-1. I love Flanking Inquisition so much. It's my favorite. Maybe no Mardupoxless as Manamorphose is listed. Yeah. I just assume it's because they're like, well, I've stretched my mana and I need to... Well, Smallpox, the way you're supposed to play Smallpox is that when your opponent plays their creature on 1, and if you were on the play, and if you have a Flagstones of Trocare, you kind of wreck them because you kill their creature and their land. And a card out of their hand, and you lose nowhere near as much. But I mean, Smallpox is just generally not a very good card. That's why you don't see it very often. That's a phenomenal draw. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the problem with this deck isn't that what it's doing isn't that good. It's the consistency. The thing is, Martinez, I find that with this kind of strategy that they're doing, you need to go all in on it to have the density to actually have it work. Like, land destruction works when you play a lot of it, or your deck is aggressive enough to back it up. Like, that's what the red-green mid-range deck does for the most part. Souls. I'm going to let the front side go. Just because they could, like, have, like, a Dreadbore or Terminate as the follow-up. Honestly, I can just break through these souls. I really don't need to worry about them too much. The biggest problem is like if they don't have... Yeah, I should counter this, but I am convinced I could beat the souls. You'd let them go? Yeah, all right. The thing is, I'm worried that like a lot of the removal they could have for my Urza is just not is going to cost cheap enough that they can get through it. All right. Everyone wants to ignore the souls. We'll ignore the souls. I don't think I'm cracking a clue here because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, 9 mana. So we have an Urza spin plus construct. I could actually crack one clue here and be okay to do everything I want. Yeah. Somehow this is going to go badly for me, I'm sure. Somehow this is going to be the exact wrong thing. Overloaded a dam or vindicate. Yeah. Alright, that's free mana. Hey, look, Mox Sapphire. Now legal in Modern. Spinning Urza is better than playing Talisman. 2, 3. And then we have 3. I should probably do it before combat. Whatever. It's unlikely to matter. You donate 10 subs if it comes back to hunt. All right, you're on. I'll only hold you to half that because that's a ludicrous ask. It's like so. Aspiring Spike is promising his channel 200 gift subs if he, of course I forgot that I'm supposed to not play out my lands. If he doesn't make trophy leader at the end of the season. But the question is, what's he going to give them when he does make trophy leader? There's no promise. We got to have a carrot and a carrot. No carrot and stick for Twitch chat. They're Magic players. You can't give them upside and downside cards. Oh, I like Lingering Souls too. I own a bunch of foil spirit tokens. They're trying to kill the Saga instead of my Urza? Wild. I mean... Yeah, we're going to just make a construct, let it go. I mean, I guess this taps me off of being able to interact with them killing my Urza. But if they could have killed my Urza, they just would have done it last turn. That means they top deck the Vindicate, right? Also, if they kill my Urza, I'm pretty sure the 2 constructs are going to kill them very quickly. And I have a bunch of clues in play to crack, so, like, probably don't even care. Shana with that sick resub. Welcome to Mother Russia, Mr. Symbol. Looks like it's a shade too loud. Thought monitor off the top. That's game. They're not recovering from that one. Okay, so I'll let them trade for my Thraben Inspector if they want, because if we draw an Ephemerate, we have an Urza in play, so like I just don't care anymore. Yeah, they're just going to save it for blocking big damage, which makes sense. This end of turn might be where we crack one of the clues, because our constructs are big enough. And if we draw Shadowspear, it's game over. So. Resolves. Target player sacks a creature. You got me. It's your favorite MTG set since Innistrad? Yeah, it's pretty great. I can see. I love it. I love it. So far we've only lost to Lantern. She's pretty good, honestly. We lost the Lantern because I feel like our sideboard's a little misconstructed. The game we won against Lantern made it all worthwhile, though. Yeah, Monkey absolutely shouldn't exist. I mean, it's just excessive. It's excessive in all the worst ways, and it's not like Questing Beast where it costs 4 mana. At least Teferi costs 3, but come on, 1? Are you kidding me? The number of like almost auto losses I've seen where like it hits on the play, they hit like a Molten Rain or a Stone Rain or Pillage or Vindicate out of the opponent's deck. Yeah. Thanks for the follow there, Sign Evil. Sign Evil. All right, pretty good hand. Well, no, we played the Game 3 Canada Man. They milled one of my prismatic endings, and then they played 2 bridges, and we literally can't beat that as our deck is constructed. Ooh, it's Affinity. Okay, that's a really good draw. Well, it's not really good. I feel like I'm supposed to get something off the battlefield here, but the chance of them playing something like Cranial Plating next turn is like, I should probably hang on to the Portable Hole. Turn 2 Saga. Yikes. It's a really good start, opponent. I would like to draw a 0 mana artifact. Zero mana artifact? Nope. Portable Hole, though. Portable Hole. So, at the moment, I assume that I have the sort of Saga advantage, because I'm going to be able to eat their tokens. We are going to get beat up a little bit before I get to kill one of them. Yeah, this is just going to be a bit too quick, perhaps. Maybe not. No, their attack this turn is not going to be that good. Yeah, Martinez. As long as you guys are posting links responsibly, I'm going to say, then post away. I have no problem with y'all. Okay, we've got a Saga before they get a Pithing Needle for Saga. That would put me in the worst spot. So, oh, this isn't a 3/3. I don't know why I was expecting it to be a 3/3. Okay. Jesus. Oh my god. Stop. No, it's lethal. Fuck. Fine. Oh god, it's so many attackers. Alright. I think I'm dead. They just had too many little dudes too quickly. Wait, there's no possible way I can keep up. Yeah, because I can't get more white mana. Yeah, we're just dead here. There's just too much. Just virtually dead on turn 4. Which is fine. Yeah, I'm aware. Just too slow. That's fine. Nothing to be sad about. They're playing a very, very fast, aggressive deck, and they won the die roll. We were very, 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 very dead moored. Like, I think I went through as many possible ways in my mind to get through that, and there's just no, absolutely not. There's no way we live. Because we were at 2. If I was at like 6, get Shadowspear, attack with the Saga, and fast land while playing a hole. No, we can't do any of that. So the land in my hand was a shock. The Saga token I had was going to be what? A 4/4? Yeah, they had 11 constructs. So killing one of them, nowhere near good enough. I had to kill both constructs. I had to gain life or put like a 3 or 4/4 lifelinker into play. Yeah, there's just no way we can do any of that. We just can't do anything. Like, we just can't. Well, you don't need to play the removal spell on turn 1, Shauna. At all. Portable Hole is not necessarily a card you need to play on turn 1. But I agree with you, like, this deck definitely has some, like, problems. One more land? No, you want 14. You want 14 untapped sources to play a 1-drop on turn 1. So saith the prophet Frank Karsten. So 1, 2... Yeah, we're just playing bridge on 1. Blasphemy removal must be played on turn 1. Oh, you're talking about that game, sure. I think diffusing their speed is important, and I have a dispatch ready to go coming up, so... Nice. Oops. So next turn I get to cast Thought Monitor. 3, 4. Yeah. Alright, so we can fetch a tap land and dispatch something. Unfortunately, we haven't drawn a Saga yet. Yep. Ooh, they're going to miss the construct. So they only get 1. Nice. Damn it. Fetchable artifact lands when? I did not love the postmodern jukebox version of Dream On. But I definitely am the person who... I love a lot of those songs for their whole aesthetic. And so... The postmodern jukebox covers are usually better. Song was Dream On. Oh, they're not? Wow. It's a bad Saga. Yeah, but to be fair, Mord, you are an unbelievable player. Well, that's a problem. Okay. Okay. I feel vaguely offended by it. I assume most non-Canadians are not aware of the wonderful sentence "Je mange le pamplemousse dans la bibliothèque," but So well known to Canadian school children and grade school children of the ridiculous French phrase. So it's just like it's one of those nonsensical phrases that you learn. It's basically the equivalent of the joke in Community about donde está la biblioteca, and the fact that he's T-Bone la araña discoteca. Yep. As long as they don't have a cranial plating, we're fine. That's not fair. I didn't touch your sagas. Jesus! I love these affinity lists with like 4x thought cast and 4x thought monitor. Well, I guess I could have held on to the Ephemerate for Urza, huh? And I kind of need to dispatch that token. So let's just take 4. Should be able to keep up, though. At least so far. It's okay, we'll draw another. I hope so. I mean, I got a lot of draws coming in, so hopefully. No, 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 no. I did not mean to play that card. Oop. It's okay. My mana should work out okay. But yeah, that... Oh, they've got a Saga that's going to pop, though. Yeesh. But they don't have any big creatures, so we're probably okay for now. Well, they can Pithing Needle my Urza right now, which is not ideal. Hey, what's up, Dad Confidant? Do you prefer that more American, Dad Confidant? Got him? Banger. All right. Come at me, bro. That's okay, Dad. So ominous. No, it's great. So, we meet again. Perhaps for the last time. Oh man, so over the last couple days I've watched both the new Suicide Squad movie, which was great, and I finally watched the original Suicide Squad movie, which was really bad. Why would you watch the old one? I just wanted to see how bad it was. I think I want to crack a clue here, because I can draw removal. I can draw an Ephemerate. I don't need to use this yet. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Because I have another Ephemerate here and I have another Urza. And I just, like, if I draw any answers for this construct, it's, like, very easy for me to win. Because I just have a much bigger board than they do. Well, that's an ambitious card to draw. I boarded it in, like, sort of in case we ended up behind. So, obviously my board is better than theirs. No. This had Summoning Sickness. That's why they didn't attack. I don't know. I could float mana and just Verdict. Right? Is it crazy? Does anyone think that's crazy? I mean, I think it's crazy, but... Oh, they have a Welding Jar. Still, we get most of their board. Yeah, it would still get most of their board, though. Needle the jar first? That makes sense. Yeah. Is this as crazy as I think it is? I mean, obviously it's crazy, but, like... I don't know. I have an Ephemerate and an Urza. Yeah. Sack it for a regen shield? Yeah. Bicycle race is never allowed on this channel. Not by me. It's YouTube. Let's go crazy. Boo-ba-da-doo-da-doo. Oh, I needed a second white. And I want a third white, actually. And I want a fourth white. Okay, let's get all the white. Sorry. Obviously. Did I do everything? I did, right? Bye, nerd. They bauble me, sure. So, I actually think I'm going to hold on to the Ephemerate, only because they've shown themselves to have dispatch and such, and I don't really feel like just giving up the Urza. Like, I think it's just more valuable to keep the Ephemerate. Yeah. Cracking holding it their verdict. That would have been quality. Gotcha. Now, we have a lot of removal in right now. It's pretty. I'm okay with it. I'm very okay with it. The Supreme Verdict said they're dead. I mean, if we make it through the first couple turns, we'll be fine. They kept a 7, which is kind of scary. But oh my god. Stop. Jesus. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a good thing Mox Opal's banned, right? Oh, if we're playing Ephemerate, we could play Solitude. Crap! What a... What?! I don't even want to try to win this game, do I? I guess they missed a construct there, but like, Vault is good? I don't think Vault is good. Why is Vault good? I guess Vault is okay. Like, you can pump a lot of stuff with it, but we have the answers. I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, jeez. I'm just terrified of the way that played out. Yeah. Yeah, we basically let on Colonnade, right? Celestial Colonnade go. You're pressing each other? Yes, we are. 3 of their cards are O2s? Yeah, but it doesn't matter when they played 2 draw 2s, right? Yeah, I don't think Treasure Vault is particularly good, but I would be interested in someone telling me like why they think it's particularly better than I think it is. The second Saga. Jesus. So I have to miss my first construct, but at least we're not dead to this. Since I have to miss the construct anyway, it's probably right to play Razortide Bridge. Yes, I believe we are in trouble as well. It's begging to be broken. Phrasing. Spellbomb, hold up, hole and hold up dispatch. Yeah, I can do that. Right, but Darksteel Citadel is that, but safer, right? Because it's indestructible. I think Treasure Vault is supposed to be paired with Urza. Urza Saga is not getting banned, Mr. Maple Syrup. Which patch? Dat's patch. Dat patch right there. Glad they're not on Neoform. We don't know that. Probably, yeah. I mean, so again, Treasure Vault I think does pair up nicely with Urza, but that's for a specific reason. You're not just jamming it in there, and we don't know that it's worthwhile because the fact that it's more vulnerable than Darksteel Citadel is not. Yeah. Oh no, a Crater Hoof would kill me, literally kill me. Do I even need the construct here? I'm pretty sure I want it. And am I just getting Springleaf Drum? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think I'm getting Springleaf Drum. My mana situation's not great. I mean, I have Spellbomb for this turn, which will deal with the construct. One construct. I'm not worried about dying to the Ink Moth yet. So maybe I can get my Shadowspear. Maybe we end up turning the game around with... Yeah, okay. I could see getting away with this. We'll see. I guess I have to respond to them cracking the Saga. Oh, these decks are not as hard to play as you... Oh, they had a dispatch for my construct. That is bad. These decks are not as hard as they look, Tony. Although, like, obviously having reps with Urza helps. Alright, so luckily this means we're clear to do this. They're probably getting their Shadowspear. Yeah. They had the third Saga? Brutal. Oh, no. Yeah, that's fine. Well, and like they didn't really draw enough cards that I feel like they like quote earned ripping into it. Yes, Ingenious Smith is much better than Emery. I don't know if this deck is particularly like perfectly built at all, but Ingenious Smith over Emery is like a very significant upgrade. We're just too slow here. I just can't. Yeah, I can't keep up. They had 1 mana removal multiple times too. Oh, I don't have that Thought Monitor. That Thought Monitor was on top. It wasn't in my hand. Yeah, Emery has to live to draw cards. Smith doesn't, right? And that's it. That's the whole argument. Argument is over at that point. But the next Saga is just going to get us. I think our draw... Their draw was insane here. And it just kept getting better. They still have 2 cards in hand. So, like, I don't know. I think we're toast. But... yeah, Emery draws a card a turn. And in what percentage of games do you think you managed to do that, French Wombat? Because let me tell you, right now, it's approximately 0% of games. Like, it's just... if you have enough other cards that demand your opponent's removal, maybe. But these decks have a hard time getting there. Pray for Verdict off the top. Yeah, I mean, we have an out, right? Yeah, Emery dies to every... wow, we missed. Brutal. Emery dies to every piece of removal that's played. I do think Solitude would make this deck much more powerful. And it would give you more reasons to play things like Portable Hold because you could pitch them. So that's definitely a line of thought that I'd be willing to explore. Just Emery's just bad in general. Right now, she's just unplayable, and she has only ever been great in the Oko Urza deck, which was already kind of broken in half. We need to play Citadel? Why? I didn't, but why? Yeah, double Razortide Bridge had that, yeah. Okay, we're not dead yet, but it's going to be close. Well, I mean, everything was rough, right? I mean, there were definitely draws we could have had that would be able to deal with what they've put together, but not this one. But I mean, do you remember their turn one was turn 1, unload my entire hand, thought cast, like, and then I think turn 2, thought monitor. I think Treasure Vault will be okay in this deck, but you do need to be careful about your colored sources, like we were already talking about. Perfect. Thanks, opponent. So we still have the ability to rip the Verdict here. Can I put an artifact into play at instant speed? I cannot. So this is no argument. I want to keep the Thought Monitor. I want to keep the Smith for one more turn. So we'll go to 3 here. Even against other artifact decks, there's no escape from the hate. It's not that the indestructible is important. I think in this deck you could swap them for treasure vaults for sure and probably be in a better spot. It's at least worth the experiment, right? I would say. Okay, opponent, I would like my priority back so I could lose. Darksteel Forge has actually been played in Modern before. Can anyone tell me in what deck? It's like within the last 3 years. Hint, it wasn't playing Tron. Oh, there was more than one. Yeah, there were prison decks, some with Thopter Sword combo, some without, that were playing Darksteel Forge as a way to blank their opponent's big blowout spell. I mean, this is probably the best draw in the deck, right? And the question is it good enough? I think it honestly might depend on the opponent's hand. It could actually be good enough here. Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot about Verdict. Sorry, it had been such a long upkeep pause that I forgot that we actually did have a good out. Do we ending attack and move the spear? Yep. Pretty sure that's the play. So if I'm going to trade any of these creatures next turn, I want to trade the Monitor, because the Smith is going to get bigger and bigger, I guess. But I don't have to trade the Monitor because they're attacking with two creatures that he can eat. Also, we've flooded out a bit compared to how many cards we've drawn. So the Thopter version of which deck, Tony? Alright, opponent, it's all on you. Yeah. Oh god, what is this? Oh, that's fine. That I have a giant colorless creature this turn. So unless they have an answer for that, we're safe for the moment. It's a good draw. Did we forget to play? No, we played Saga. That's why I have a Saga on 2 now. Oh, I should have played the second Saga. Sorry, you picked that exact moment to start talking about stuff. That's on me. Obviously, it's on me. It's my job to play correctly. Can I attack with this? This blocks that. They get through with these 2 no matter what. No, they don't. I have the colorless creature. I should have played the second Saga. That's a reasonably large punt. All right, I'm gonna, yeah. Now, the reason I felt like I had forgotten to play land last turn is that I think I drew the Saga last turn, and I wanted to play the Citadel, which was going to trigger the Smith. So they can't attack with Frogmite. That's the only thing that Ingenious Smith really does for me here. Woo! That's a hot draw. Oh shit, they can equip that to Thought Monitor. Just dead. Yeah. I didn't think of them having like a cranial plating or something. Oh. They didn't put it on the... Oh, but this says trample. And it's way too big, right? It's way too big. Why did we not create a golem and equip the spirit of that? I guess because I didn't want it removed by sorcery speed removal, which they've shown. Yeah, it's not even close to big enough. All right, that was unfortunate. I mean, they were a more powerful version of our deck. Less, flexible, but certainly more powerful. We did win the one game where I verdicted them, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, I know it could block the S champion. It could still block the S champion. But maybe they miss it, I guess, was my... I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. I didn't really think it out that far because it was like... I wanted to move the spear to... Yeah, but I wanted to move the spear on... I was creating a situation where they had no good attack, right? Because either they attack with both Etch champions and they lose one. Did the Germ have first strike? I don't know. I don't think so. Wait, the Germ was dead. The construct. No, I don't think so. No, the Etch champion, right? The Etch champion didn't have first strike, no. But I couldn't block it with the Smith because it has protection from all colors. Only the construct could block. All right, one mo. Soak 9 -4 from the lifelink is 5. What? Are you saying if I had equipped the Shadowspear? Wait, what? It was an 1818. Yeah, but the Smith can't block anything. The Ingenious Smith, the Smith can't block anything on the ground they attacked with. So only the Construct could block there. It blocks an 18/18 and I die. Also, we take 2 in the air. Also, there was a flyer. Sorry, also there was the other protection creature. If they wanted to. Oh, this is the bit. The Les Mis song One Day More is what they were making fun of in South Park. Oh, that is a bad bot. Rage Against the Machine's Feed the Machine is definitely not Nickelback's Feed the Machine. Although I don't know if Feed the Machine is an actual song by Rage Against the Machine, so I guess we're about to find out. I did see the new deal. I'm not terribly excited about it. I haven't watched South Park in a few years, and the last couple times I watched it was fine. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those things that, like, maybe people who are in a different age bracket than me are really happy about it going on. Maybe they're more hooked into it, and they like where they're at more. Okay, so fine. We're playing for our wonderful 3-2. We got to get our burrito dollar. We got to steal it from the kitty cat. So hopefully I get my lunch money off the cat here. Sorry, what? Cool. All right, we gaming. Here a guy fed a bunch of Rage Against the Machine songs to an AI to generate new Rage Against the Machine style. I had not heard of that. Infect. I have no idea. I guess Infect seems the most likely to me. Exalted Tribal. If they get Inkmoth, we know what they're up to. My buddy Roy plays an Infect deck that's this kind of tweaked out. Yeah. It's some kind of Infect deck. That's awesome. We've got a good clock going, so... The problem is I don't have any... I'm going to take Portable Hole... hoping that they have some kind of permanent they're going to play out that I can get with it. Okay. We have Thought Monitor to block, though. Oftentimes, all you need to get a few extra turns out of Infect is a single blocker. And I'm assuming we're going to get to have such. Plague Mirror. This is the best Luris deck I've ever played against. I didn't even remember that this card existed. I'm just be honest with everyone. I guess this is the 2-2 bracket. We've found our home. Artifact, blue-white artifact midrange versus spicy Infect. Currently costs 3. I can't get my artifact count any higher right now. Probably okay. Alright, opponent, don't kill me literally this turn. I'll save Welding Jar for a Smith trigger. Ghost Pepper Infect, yes. The one chip challenge infect. Other streams do sub incentives. If I start setting up sub incentives, like if I get up to 100 subs, we're at, I think, 76 right now. So I really want to do the one chip challenge anyway. And I'm thinking we could set it up so that if I hit 100 subs, I'll do the one chip challenge and then play something like really, either like something really appropriate like mono red, or like something really tedious like lantern control while dealing with the apparently incredible heat of it. Opponent's trying to figure out if they can kill us. What was that? Was that sounds like Simpsons? Might be Futurama? It's one of the two, right? It sounds right. Think I should play Hard Evidence instead of Inspector? It doesn't work with Ephemerate. So they're going to come in and trade for my Thought Monitor. Well, not trade. Just kill it. Alright, I might need this other Ingenious Smith to hit another portable hole. Is it? Yeah, it's SpongeBob, right? Yeah, because there's the face in it, like the superimposed human face. Is that how SpongeBob and Patrick accidentally kill Mr. Krabs? Like, they think they killed Mr. Krabs? I think so. Something like that. Alright, that's the removal we needed. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the exactsies. So let's not keep them hanging on. Hey, look, chat, I found a kill them line. Are you proud of me? Anyone proud of me? I'm proud of me. I found the just kill them line. You're proud of me all the time. Thanks, Dad. It does. The problem is Chalice on 1 isn't really something this deck can play. I think we can only play Chalice on 0. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just that the way their deck seems to be built, they're playing like a bunch of 2-mana spells that get them like the attacking artifact land, the Inkmoth, and I think... What kind of bizarro world are we in? I know. All right. So fetch, shock, throw in the hole. Cheeky Spireman. No. That is not a cheeky thing. That is a very relevant interaction that I've thought about multiple times. Actually, we're gonna throw it in the hole for a bunch of reasons here, but yeah. Scrying, okay. Where's the quote? But yeah, I think getting your Prismatic Ending to 3 is usually fairly relevant. They get Cathedral of War. They're... What are the chances that I die this turn? Basically 0. They just don't have enough mana unless they're playing an infinite number of... what's it called? Mutagenic growth. Is there anything that Infect is normally playing so they don't play Lurrus? I feel like the last couple times I've played Infect, I didn't have Lurrus, but... Oh, the last couple times I was playing the version with... Phyrexian Crusader. Oh, they are playing more like Infect creatures. Neat. Good to know. So we are up to 3 artifacts. Yoink. It's a cool groove in 12, man. Okay, we just got to pass here. We have token into dispatch if we need it. Oh! Yikes! Well, that was unexpected. Alrighty then. I mean, we're probably not dead. No, we still have token into dispatch. We're fine. We're fine. Don't scare me like that, Carrion. Don't scare me like that. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking it was a budget deck, but I think... when are you going to get to do cool things with your channel points? What do you want to do with them? There's already sound clips and stuff that are awesome. That is, my transmitter wants to work. Coming in for 3. All right, if they've got the pump. Nope. No pump. Oh. No pump. All right. Getting close to dead. Not there yet, though. Oh, they buy their Lurrus, sure. So, I only have the one piece of removal for the moment. That's fine. Was hoping to draw... Okay, this is still fine. So we go Needle on Ink Moth. That one. And then... Yeah, I don't need to hold the Hierarch or ending the Glistener Elf right now. It's better to hold up the Dispatch by far. Because they have no clean attack. Yep. Resolves. Song is American Football Never Meant. Band name is American Football? That's wild. They bought a Luris that they can't cast. That's cute. I just realized. Like, not even can't cast. Like, they were really not close at all to being able to cast. That's a big boy. It's a lot of infect triggers. What are you doing? Is this Dismember? Apostle's Blessing. I can let it resolve, right? I mean, I can. Obviously, I don't need to. Protection from artifacts of the color of your choice. Did they choose artifact correctly? They did do. Alright. Godspeed, little dispatch. You're all I have in this world. Did you see how fast they tapped there? They were so ready. Oh, it's a second Apostle's Blessing. You got me. Infect, always able to get you. Yeah, just didn't have enough mana. Alright, that's fine. No, it's fine. Sometimes you're going to lose to Infect. That's fine. The Force of Vigor was really unexpected. It wasn't even that bad. Like, it was a 2-for-2, but Tempo Swing was pretty brutal. This hand almost definitely isn't good enough. Although, Double Portable Hole seems okay into probably Urza. Alright, I'm going to keep this, but on the record, I want it known that I think it's a pretty bad hand. I am aware it's a pretty medium hand. Opponent mulls to 6, that's good. Good draw. Very good draw. Maybe should have played it next turn. Yeah, almost definitely should have played it next turn. I was too excited about it. I think I'm going to end up missing a construct because I did that, which could be a big deal. If they had Force of Vigor right there, we would have been in trouble very quickly. Oops, all Hierarchs. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. If you haven't played a single game, then you're good. And or match. Yeah, you'll get your play points back. You can't get tickets back if what tickets were what you used to enter, but... So, I can't protect Urza from a Dismember by putting the Shadowspear on it, but I could protect my construct. So, and the construct's where I want the Shadowspear anyway, so I think this makes sense. If they have Force of Vigor, I guess that's how they blow out my mana usage here, but it's really, you know. You want to change your sideboard? Yep, it's totally totally something you can do by dropping the league, as long as you haven't played any of it yet. Yeah, okay, so now they get the Ink Moth. We'll have the Pithing Needle. They'll know the Pithing Needle's coming this time, so it's a little bit more scary. Yeah. It's felt pretty busted, Dragon Party podcast. Honestly, in a bunch of spots, just ephemerating Thought Monitor has been completely busted. So I would say it's more than good enough in my opinion, but that's so rude. They had to wait until my turn, so it makes sense. Well, let's get our large lad. I don't know why they hit that on draw step, but it's fine. What? You can't do that, Mord. That doesn't work. that wouldn't work at all. That doesn't do what you want. So is it worth hitting any of their stuff with a hole? Currently, the Ink Moth attacks for 5. It probably is. Like, just any way I can limit their mana might put me out of lethal range. So currently, they use 1 to animate it, this for a pump, so it's 3, and they have 1 mana left over. So if they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they have scale up, I'm dead no matter what. No, they didn't do it on main. But even if they did it on main, it really wouldn't. Oh, it would have gotten the yeah, it would have gotten the extra trigger. Assault Strobe from the Jund Hierarch. So you're saying remove the Jund Hierarch. That's fair. Yeah. I think I have to remove one of these and just... It might not matter, but it might. So, we'll see. It is... Ooh, another... So they only have 1 mana work with here. But if they have scale up, I'm dead. Okay. Oh, no. Taking out the Jund Hierarch is totally the right call. For sure. Did I see the Mulan live action? Did I like it? I did not, and I've heard it was terrible. Good draw. So this is just easy lethal. Because if they tap it to play the, what's it called, they're dead. That's how you know your stuff is going to a good place. I'm very passionate about Disney movies. That may be something that people don't know about me. And most of the animated original Disney classics I grew up with, and I watched a ton with my cousins, who were kind of like my sisters while I was growing up, because my parents separated when I was like 2, and so my mom needed some help taking care of me during the summer, so I would stay with my aunt and uncle and help them with their floral florist shop, and spend time with my 2 cousins. And we watched a ton of Disney movies, especially Emperor's New Groove. Which has been one of the greatest ways to connect with just like random people that I meet ever. Anywho, yeah, this was pretty solid throughout. However, I think Bauble is hot nonsense here. And the 4 Urzas were a little bit easier to reach than I was expecting him. I don't know that I like Talisman of Progress all that much, but I definitely felt that the 4 Urzas were not as much of a problem in this list as I have felt in some others. So cards that I'm considering for potentially empty open slots. Oh yeah, Portable Hole was like very medium a lot of times. So Esper Sentinel, Aether Sworn Canonist was in the build from Talisker that was quite successful. And both of these don't work with Ephemerate, but we're not changing the number of good Ephemerate hits we had, and it was never a problem. We always had something worthwhile to Ephemerate, or basically always. Solitude would be just like, if you're playing Ephemerate, play some Solitudes, right? And this gives you more reason to hold on to Portable Hole in the main deck because it's more white cards. So that's definitely some cards we can consider for future attention in this deck. I want to max out on Prismatic Ending in the sideboard, I'm pretty sure. Oops. And I also think that, yeah, in the main deck, I don't know how much I like the Flooded Strand basics, but if we are going to play the Flooded Strand in the basics, we should make room for like one Triome to make it easier to get Prismatic Ending up to 3. I also like 2 Darksteel Citadel, 2 Razortide Bridges. This is like, I think it's a bit much, and we can go to get some Spire of Industry in here. Industry. 1 less bridge? I kind of like going down 2. How'd the DRC Ragavan League end up? I think it was a 2-3 or a 3-2. I remember that we played some really sweet matchups against other similar decks. And then we ran into 3 control decks in a row. It was like Jeskai, BTL control, and they all ate me alive. Then Connor Mann seems very committed to the Jeskai Sagavan deck being unbeatable in control matchups, and it was not my experience. Maybe he's thinking about a different type of control than what I meant, or maybe his control opponents weren't packing like Wear Tear, Alpine Moon, Infinite Hate, and sort of Haymakers. He's also a better aggressive player than I am. Although the Sagavan deck is like an aggressive mid-range deck, so I don't know. Definitely has a lot of promise to it. Talking about the league against Raga DRC, you mentioned Twitter. Oh, I ended 3-2. Ended 3-2. The last one was on stream, and we were against... What were we against? It wasn't a Ragavan DRC deck. I want to say it was like black-green something with Inquisition. That was like what I played against. It was right at the beginning of this stream. No, these are just decks I wanted to test. I don't have enough donation decks most of the time that I have like a full queue, so I just do them whenever people want. Anyway, these are some cards to consider. Spire of Industry in the mana base is probably a good get. So how are we on artifact numbers now? We've got 4... Oh, Darksteel Citadel. We can swap that for the Treasure Vault. Just to try it. Because I think if you're playing Urza, this card is worth trying out. Because basically, you pool all the mana off of everything you have, and you crack this for half that many tokens. And because you have Urza, that they're now permanent mana sources. So you take 1 turn off using your mana to go up 50% on mana sources, which is kind of nutty, right? Additionally, your constructs are going to get super gigantic. Oh, the Nettlecyst. Nettlecyst is good in here. I kind of want more like flying creatures, but obviously we don't have any. Could try to fit some Inkmoth Nexi into the mana base, but we're already kind of light on early colored sources, so that's not a great idea. Although if we had more team brew in a league, I don't know what a team brew is, but if you explain that, I could figure that out. I think Esper Sentinel would be worth doing if we had more brewing with me. I don't know. I'd have to figure that out, but we could do that. We could figure that out in the future. I think I want more equipment in here. And I think Nettlecyst is like the best thing to have. I kind of want to play Stoneforge Mystic again. Like, I had a deck that was very similar to this that had Stoneforge Mystic, but it was... We were playing Emery back there, although I think I cut the Emerys by the final version. Sorry, I was trying to count out my artifacts. So, without any changes to the deck right now, we're on 26, which is good. That's where you want to be. You want to hit about 26. And probably some of the cards that are coming in are going to be artifacts, so that's nice. So, yeah. Aethersworn Canonist is a cool meta call. It helps you against Cascade decks and all sorts of other nonsense. So, doesn't play great with Ephemerate a bunch of the time, though, so maybe that's a concern. And then an Esper Sentinel, again, like, you don't have a lot of ways to boost its power, and your pressure is not that high. So, you know, then you're getting into a realm where kind of in the fiddly middle spot. But anyway, yeah, so that was Urzaphemerate. So if you're in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos that you are interested in, and I will see you there. And for those who are live with me right now, I think I'm going to be done for tonight. It was like a 3-hour league, close to